I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog, brought to you by Disc Nation, one nation under par. Well, here we are at the Memorial, and I'm joined by none other than the champ, Ken Climo. How you doing today?
Pretty good, Terry. How's it going?
Pretty darn good, but 51 was your score today?
Yes, it was.
That's pretty impressive. Talk a little bit about some of the wind that you faced or didn't face.
Well, it's kind of a tale of two halves. You go out with the wind, so everything's wanting to skip away and move with the wind. Then you turn around and you come back into the wind, and then it's really wanting to deviate your shot and make it go offline. And I think, definitely coming in is a lot harder. But it was pretty tough going out because it was a pretty strong tailwind. So if you threw it long in the basket, you had a headwind putt.
And what we saw today is I got here to the course around 11 o'clock, pretty stiff winds, and then as we just saw the leader card wrap up, it was pretty calm for the last few holes.
It did calm down for the last few holes for us a little bit, which made the longer, tougher holes into the wind a little bit more manageable.
Okay. And so what, going out and coming back, so to speak, front nine, back nine, what were your scores?
I shot a 25-26.
Okay, so that is pretty darn good out there. One of the holes that we've been showing some coverage of is hole 8, which is the shot right over the pond. I didn't see the greatest drives, but I sure saw a lot of good putts. How did you attack that one?
Well, it was a pretty stiff. It was like the only hole all day that was a crosswind because it plays different direction than the rest of them. They were all either headwinds or tailwinds, except for that hole. That was a crosswind. So I made sure I got it a little bit to the left side of the basket and threw it as flat as I could and let the wind just kind of bleed it over, and it almost hit the pole and slid about 15 feet long. I was really happy with that. You
made the putt as we showed, and it was amazing because there's people struggling with putts, but it seemed like when they got to that hole, like I said, we got a couple of pretty long put-ins out there. How would you suggest someone attacks that hole? Let's say it's perfectly calm, comes in, about 350 feet or so? How would you suggest somebody attacks that normally?
I'd say throw something slightly understable, but not something that's going to flip real hard because there's some trouble on the right. Start it a little left of the hole with a bit of hyzer if you're right-handed, and just let it bleed into its flatness, and then hopefully it finishes flat and skips flat. That's what you really want on that hole. If you come in there with a little angle,
it's going to cut out one way, left or right. Yeah. So we're heading off to the fountain, and what are you looking for tomorrow at the fountain?
Just a good solid start, make some putts out there. It's all about keeping it out of the water over there, which I didn't do yesterday too well. I threw it in the water a couple times, cost me a few strokes, but get off to a good safe start and make some birdies on the back nine. You can really rip up that back nine.
Yeah, there's quite a few out there. You had an amazing round a couple of years ago yourself, and then you said you watched Josh Anthon come in with an even more amazing round, and maybe you could take his spot because he's not here tomorrow, so you can do that yourself.
Thanks, Terry. Maybe I will.
All right. This is the champ, Ken Climo, and like he said, he's going out and coming in with a 51.